Listen, before we got started, I wanted to make sure I met some of the key players in Simcoe, so I really understood what this town was about. Let's check that out. Since arriving in Simcoe and checking out the downtown, I got a hunch that there was a lot of history in this town. History and geese. Hello, you. Are you guys a couple? Are you together? What's the story here? That's rude. But the geese weren't talking, so I decided to meet up with Andy Blackwood, a local history buff, to learn a bit about Simcoe's storied past. And I did, sort of. Let's start with this park. You were telling me a little bit about it. What is kind of the story of this?
Well, this is Linwood Park, and Linwood Park is part of the old Duncan Campbell estate. Duncan Campbell was about the richest man in the 19th century in this town.
Mm-hmm. So this all used to be just like a small portion of some guy's yard?
Yes. And in effect...
I'm sorry for putting it in such
No, it's
terms.
actually what it was. And
some guy.
Also, over my right shoulder, you'll find a historic plaque that John Gray Simcoe, who of course gave his name to the town, he camped with his troops here in 1795.
Okay, and wait, so why was that? Do we know why the town was named after him?
Well, it used to be two towns. And there was an argument. Can we cut that at the moment? Because I can actually check to see what this is.
Okay. Sure.
Lower Town, Water Street.
Was there another name that was in the mix?
Well, yes, and I'm trying to think if it was. I was trying to find it in there. And shoot, I didn't
that's
find
okay.
it.
No, that's all right.
You shouldn't have asked me that. Oh, Colburn Village and Colburn. Well, it's still Colburn Village. What the hell are they going to call it?
Bird Town,
well,
named by William Byrd.
Yeah, there's Bird Town, but
apparently you have a story for me. I haven't heard any of this yet. You have a story for me, and I believe this is how a Bob Marley song was written. I'm pretty sure. Maybe?
Well, I'll take your word for that, but I don't know. The story is that in 1908, the chief of police here, Archie Malone, and his deputy, William Wilkins, well, let's just say they were responsible, as we understand, for a few fires and for some robberies, which is not exactly the way the chief of police is supposed to act.
No, not the way I've learned, no.
No, and of course in small towns when there's a fire, everybody runs to the fire. While as people were running to the fire, they left their homes. And that's when the chief of police and his deputy would go into their homes and take various items which they thought might be good.
Okay.
And well, they did that for a while, and after a while, Mr. Wilkins had a, shall we say, a touch of regret, and informed...
As he should, yeah.
Well, as he should, yes, and informed the chief of police that he was no longer going to do this, and that he was going to tell people about that.
Yeah.
At which point, right about here in the park, Archie took out his revolver and shot Wilkins 5 times. Yeah. But in a wonderful turn of events, he didn't die. What he did was he dragged himself across the road to the Sovereign house, knocked on the door, and asked for help.
Now, have you done any research into whether or not that inspired the Bob Marley song, I Shot the Sheriff? Also, is that a Bob Marley song?
No, that's Eric Clapton.
See, that's why this guy's the expert, and I'm just this guy. Okay, so, and that is the house in question, right? That he crawled over to after he'd been shot 5 times?
Right, that's the Sovereign house.
Yes, it is spooky looking.
It is a little bit. It looks a bit like something out of Psycho, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like they don't want you to go in there, is the vibe I get.
Yeah, and they don't want any birds landing on the top. And at the moment, it is now a place to get really good cheesecake on Friday and Saturday nights.
So if you're okay with ghosts, and if you're okay, you can go there and pick up some cheesecake.
There you are, absolutely.
Wow, what a history. Simcoe does have a rich history, but how rich was its cheesecake? I think I want to try the chocolate explosion. I had to find out. That's fancier than I thought. Come on. Oh, wow. Let's do cookie dough. She knows what she's doing. The chocolate salted caramel, please. The butter tart with raisins. I'm gonna try the classic. Thank you.